What is up, boyos? It is a Water Buffalo Man, and you're back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle. Alright, so we have the Warrior with Divine Power Burst mode available. It is the Trunks Burst mode, the Super Saiyan God Trunks. So this is the team, or the difficulty we're going to be taking on with the team that I've put together. It's going to be about 6,600 points. I don't see an issue why we shouldn't be able to beat it with the 6,600 points on here. But we probably could drop it down a little bit. We probably could drop this off down to 6,400 and maybe possibly take off support memory if we really wanted to, just to give it like slightly less defense so it's easier to wipe out. But we'll go with 64 instead right now just to see how it is. If we beat it, we can run it back later with a higher score. That's the team we're doing. We have to do one of each type only. So let's see what we got. I mean, I probably could have pushed like 7,000 if I really wanted to, but I don't see the point. You're not going to get any more score above the certain threshold, I think of like 200 or 6,000. So I really see no point in just continuing to push it higher when I'm not going to get anything from it. So we're just going to stick with what we have. Can we get one more key sphere? We cannot. Okay. Pretty decent first rotation, actually. And where the Vegeto's perfectly rotated off, so he'll rotate on with them. That's ideal. And we have the Pan on turn 1, which is kind of what we wanted for her being a pretty good support unit. So that's right up the alley of what we want. Vegito in slot 1. So he has type advantage. I can turn the audio back on because I'm not in the main menu with the copyright music anymore. But we have the Pan there, with somehow having increased chance to hit crits due to Pan being on the team. She gives everybody 15% per crossover category ally on the team with her on the turn. So an additional 30% chance for crit when she's up, and she's a support unit, so she's really good for that option as well. The team we ran is actually pretty solid. We should have really no issues at all going forward. Only thing I'm a little bit hesitant on is the Pan later on if she doesn't dodge enough. But until that point, we should be a-okay, and we're running the dual Goku. We're running the Goku support unit as well. So that's going to be beneficial to us down the line, especially with the God Goku there in rotations as well. And she'll support Pan he'll support Pan if they happen to get on the same rotation, which they really shouldn't. But that Goku's going to also have really high defense as well, so that's going to be something that's going to benefit us down the line as well, because he'll stack up his defense as he progresses with supers. He's going to launch a nice triple super, which is perfect. I mean, I don't think this is going to be challenging at all, 6,000 or higher, but like, we probably could have went way above. But again, we'll see as the fight progresses. It may get harder as it goes on, but I don't think it'll be too challenging. We shall see, though. Could be a bunch of free stones. The banners have dropped for the Black Friday summons, but we're not going to be touching those. We might throw tons of thanks at it, but we're not going to be summoning on the banners exclusively for anything with stones, because they'll be coming out in less than a month and a half anyway. This is just a bait for global players to try to spend their stones, when we know those units are coming out in about a month and a half. We'll be getting them in January with the 10th anniversary anyway, so there's really no point in summoning. Are we going to have to draw this out one more turn? Yep, here we are, because he didn't super. That's fine, it allows us to get this rotation on point though, which is kind of perfect. Put these two side by side and allow God Trunks to rotate off. So that's perfect. That gives us our 2 rotations now side to side, because God Trunks will be on next rotation and the Vegetos are together, which is what we wanted. And this guy's AGL. Yep. How much defense do you have? 639,000. So we'll go with that, give you those. You have double supports, is the Pan. I'm going to rotate the Pan off. I'm losing... I'm not going to gain anymore. I'm losing a little bit of attack not having Fierce Battle activated, but having the dual supports on rotation is going to make a huge difference, I feel like. And then him having the high chance to crit now with the Pan being there is just going to make even more of a difference. So that might counteract everything Fierce Battle would have just given us anyway. And then we've got the Super Saiyan Goku in slot 2, who's going to launch at least 2 supers. He always does. And this man's going to launch like 3 himself, because he's just a broken unit. This is a 4-stage fight as well, by the way. Okay, 4 supers. So this should not be hard. It's Int, AGL, Tech, Tech. So the Pan's going to do really well in the final 2 stages. Let's see, how many supers is he going to do? Only one? Only one. Okay, I was wrong. Wow. His defense should be more than high enough. He usually launches 2 to 3. I was incorrect that time, but Pan should do just fine. She did 4 million. If she would have dodged, it would have been great. But we're gonna rotate him off because that God Q is just gonna float around now, and we're gonna give him those ring or STR spheres to make sure he gets his max attack stat. This is what you're gonna see us be doing for the remainder of the fights. It's just these 2 rotations. Once we get Tech Trunks with the God Trunks with the God Goku, that'll be just the better other rotation. And that's how we want that to work. And the dual Vegetos just side by side is just going to make everything flow so much smoother on the other rotations. He should be almost at max capacity. Yep, yeah, he is. Perfect. And those 7 key spheres, he should be doing great in terms of offense. And in terms of defense, we should be good. So, that's all that matters. And he raises his attack and defense on his super every time, so that's going to give us... I mean, it's only for 1 turn, but it does give us that extra defense for this turn. Let's see. Yep. We did give him extra health, so... Do I risk Trunks in slot 1 here? We're gonna, because type advantage. We're gonna because of the type advantage. If he supers, we may take quite a bit of damage. Yep, we may take quite a bit of damage here. But he might not, because we also have type advantage, we'll see. 260, not bad. Trunks did take quite a bit, only because of the fact that he didn't super prior. If he would have supered prior, we would have been way better. But that's kind of fine. We also knew that was coming. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to do that. But it also allowed this Goku to hit now 18 million because all his links active, plus the support of the Goku in slot 3. Because if you look, this man's pushing 19, almost 20 million on his supers. It was a risky play. It may work in my favor, it may work against me, I'm not entirely sure. We'll figure that out as the fight progresses. We won't know that till well later. Won't know that at all. We gotta find that out in a little bit. Alright, so now we are on to the God stage of Trunks, the stage 3. And do I want to do this? Because I feel like we're low enough on health right now, which could bite us in the ass, but I also feel like this man has high enough damage reduction. Because he also didn't appear till turn 3, so yeah, I feel like his damage reduction's okay. So we're going to leave him alone. Plus we have the support from the Pan at the end of the rotation. I think we're okay. And we're going to get a Dokkan mode next turn. So we need to try to burn through his stage as fast as we can. 15 million, yeah, that's perfect. Now if he could launch like 3 supers, that would be ideal. 8 million? He's hitting really well. Having the Pan and the Goku on rotations is really nice. As cheeky little support units that slide through. 8 million again. Double super, I think we're okay. Oh yeah, that did absolutely nothing. 12 million from this Vegeto. This man's really capped at around 10 to 12 million. You're not going to see him go much higher than that. Let's see what Pan can do. Double super from her would be great. Nope. She needs to dodge. She has a great chance to dodge, and she just never does it. Alright, let's see here. Give you those. Give us some health back. Give you those. And then give you those. Get the Dokkan mode with my Goku, who's been really worked up this whole time. And granted, they're both roughly the same. So let's get this Dokkan mode done and over with.
Gonna go all out.
Shouldn't be too bad. We definitely won't take him out this turn. Not with this Dokkan mode, at least. This whole rotation we might, but not with this Dokkan mode. Yeah, not even close. Because I put his health threshold a little too high. I probably could have gotten away without doing all the health buffs. He only did 1 super after that as well. That's kind of terrible, honestly. I thought there'd be more. A double or triple super there after a Dokkan mode would have been clutch, but it just didn't do it. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing anywhere near as much damage as I thought we would. It's a good thing I lowered the defense stat down, because we would have been just doing chip damage at this guy, but we're actually doing quite a bit of damage, surprisingly. But it's just his health threshold. I raised it by, I think, 3,500%. So that's just insane. But it is what it is. That's how you get the higher scores. But you slot 1 again. You slot 2. I do have this Goku at over 1,000,000 defense in slot 3. But say Vegeto's damage reduction should be okay still. At least he has 60% of it. It's not the full 80% I think he would normally get, because he lost most of it. His first 6 turns is over, so he lost that 30% he has. I think he might actually be at 50% damage reduction, but 50% is still better than 0. The only thing that's kind of worrying me is this and going to next turn. Yeah, see, we're still going to take quite a decent amount of damage now going forward on him. Unless if we can get the pan on rotation. We're going to have to really burn through our active skills. Not next turn, unless if this Goku can finish this guy off, which I don't think he's going to. But we would have to burn through them not next turn, but the turn after, when we go back to the final stage of Trunks. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So we're going to go like this. We're going to save yours, Goku. We're not going to use yours at all until the final turn. We're going to collect some Int Key Spheres of Pan. Dodge from the Goku. We're going to finish this Trunks off this turn, and then we're going to activate Vegeto's active skill next turn to give him his max defense, as well as the Goku's next turn as well, the other God Goku's. Because we're going to have to do as much chip damage as physically possible on the final stage against the Trunks. Alright. And then by then the Pan should be back around with them, and we'll have the Goku back with these guys. So, yeah, this is going to be our best option. Activate this. Gives him his 780,000 defense, or 770,000. Yeah, he lost that first 30% damage reduction. But he does have this 30%. And that's it. I thought he had more than that. So no, he only has 30% damage reduction. I was incorrect. I thought he had more than that. He only has 30%. For some reason I thought it was close to 80. I might be thinking of the Gohan. I forgot to activate that Goku's active skill. I just messed that up. But it's fine. We'll save that for later. That was part of the play. That's what that was. That actually kind of does help us now, because that may save that for later on when it comes down to it, if we're down to the wire later on instead of burning it now. It'll allow this man to do, and we possibly could save it for when we're on rotation with the Trunks so he gets that little extra power. Because he should be fine post. If he gets supered anyway, I think this Goku's going to be A-okay. There's no real worry about that. Especially triple super in. Yeah, definitely he's A-okay. The only thing I'm just a teensy bit worried about going forward is if we don't finish him next turn, which it's not looking like it, we're going to have to come back around. Luckily we'll have the Pan, so we could probably slide her into slot 1 if we absolutely had to. We're going to put you here, just so you get all your links active. We're going to activate this. Then swap it back. Go like this. Probably could have left Trunks in slot 1, to be honest, just to keep the Kamehameha link active, but it is what it is. Just made a quick move there, wasn't really paying attention. Kamehameha link would have probably pushed it closer to 19 million, if not over the threshold of 19 million. Especially with a double super right there. Okay. The good thing is that the Goku at the end of the rotation has over 1,000,000 defense to begin with, so anything Trunks shoots at him is going to be fine. The only person I'm a wee bit worried about is this Trunks in slot 2. He needs to keep supering. He needs to super more than once, more than twice even. Okay, I'm a little more comfortable with a triple because he greatly raises, so it should give us more than enough health. Or more than enough defense. Not health. Alright, and then this Goku just greatly raises and stacks, so he's just going to keep going off. It's not a big deal with him. Yeah, Just let him keep supering. He's perfectly fine. This is going to do absolutely nothing if he gets super. He's going to dodge, that's why. We may have to go with this rotation. Pan has a great chance to dodge. So we're going to have to risk her in slot 1. Him in slot 2, because he needs to super first to get his defense activated. And then him in slot 3. Pan needs to dodge. Thank you, Pan. About time you dodged. She got a 70% defense buff right there. But it was a little delayed. She needed to dodge earlier. There's another buff. Another buff. Perfect. He still only has 30% damage reduction, but I'm hoping he doesn't super in slot 2. If he supers in slot 3, I'll feel a little more comfortable, because the Fizz will be able to tank it a little better. Because he has the same level of damage reduction as this guy does, with slight type advantage, kind of. And this guy raises his defense on his super, so that's going to really benefit us as well. Okay, perfect. So this kind of does work somewhat in my favor. We're going to do something kind of, I think, smart here. Activate his active skill. Should fully load up his defense, which it did, put it up to 500,000. Then that's perfect. We'll put you there, and we'll rotate my Goku into the 3rd slot, because this should be game right here. 500,000 defense, all these defensive buffs that this Goku has, he should be okay. Yep, perfect. That's game right there, boys. He's done this turn, no question. That only took us about 15-20 minutes. That's not terrible to get 6,400 score. Like I said, we could have went for 6,600. We probably could have went way higher if we really wanted to. But again, I don't see the point in going beyond that 6,000 threshold if it's not going to benefit me in terms of like what missions it's going to complete. Because it completed 19 out of the 20, and the highest score you needed to get to was 6,000. So let's just grab that really quick. Boom, those 8 extra stones. The other one is for beating it with a crossover team, which I'll do off screen, because I could do that same team again if I really wanted to. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next time for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. See you guys then.